Question number one, which, Rick, can I get rich quick using your methods? I'll ask you this because when I started, I went out to Australia in 2001. I used a manual which was about installment contracts, and I had no experience. I'd only ever bought my own house the traditional way. And yet, for me, within 2 months, I'd bought two houses, traditionally with a mortgage in my name, because I was just starting out. And over 18 months, people moved into the house, they made payments to me, and I made $55,000 profit at the end of that period. Now, I had an accountant who had to oversee everything for that point of view. I had a solicitor when I purchased, when I did the sale, and when I completed that sale. So it was all overseen by third parties involved with the process. So it wasn't quick, but it was pretty quick for me. And once I'd set up, it was just all running on autopilot. So Rick, can I use these methods to get rich quick? What's your opinion on this?
Hi guys, I'm often asked this question. Are there any get-rich-quick fixes? Or does it actually take you years and years and years to get wealthy using real estate? Whilst I agree there's no such thing as like a quick fix to getting rich with real estate, there are ways and techniques and processes that we can now employ that shorten the time frame from what used to be years and years and years to get wealthier quicker. Let me give you a few examples. My business used to run with 14 people and had an on-cost of $4 million before the company made a profit. Now, a restructuring of that company meant that we were able to take out $3 million of cost basis out of that, which brings that back into the profit line, with only reducing the input, the gross productivity by about 20%. What it required was to rethink of the process. Recently, when I opened up in the United States, without being in the United States, I created a process of what I call self-employment, where everybody would employ themselves using techniques, systems, and processes, which again saves a lot of time and a lot of overhead and a lot of hours. So what we can actually do is not so much get rich quicker, but we can get to the end destination more efficiently if we ask some different questions. And the question is not what is it you want to do, but what is the result that you're trying to obtain look like? When you ask somebody what is the result you're trying to obtain look like, then the journey to get there can be restructured and done it much quicker and much more efficiently. Now, a couple of other things. There's many things you can learn about real estate. I only specify in one section of it. I don't do development. I don't do renovation. I don't do buy and sell a lot of different things. I just do one thing. I acquire real estate by using the minimal amount of resources in order to do that. And that is my niche, but that's all I do it, and I like to do it many different ways. What's very easy, which slows down people getting wealthy in real estate, is that they go to this. And they're going to go, oh, I'll do some rent-to-rent. Oh, then I'll do some HMO. Then I'll do some resale. And what happens is we end up being all over the shop. We're trying to do too many things rather than doing one thing exceptionally well. I'd always suggest that all systems and processes work, especially when it comes to real estate, but pick one and be the best at it. When you pick the one and you're the best at it, people always pay for the best. No one ever says, by the way, John, do you know a bad plumber? Or do you know a bad electrician? People always say, do you know a good blah, blah, blah? Or do you know a good blah, blah, blah? When you specialize and just do the one thing, you can't help but getting better. When you get better, you get good. So eventually you're the best. People will always pay more for the best. No one ever falls over, has a heart attack and says, please get me to the cheapest doctor. So specialize. Now, when you specialize, you'll learn how to automate. When you'll automate, that'll take you to a whole new level of leverage. And You can put in more systems and processes. So when we talk about getting rich quick, maybe we really talk about if we're much more efficient, we're much more honed in, and we're much more focused, we're going to get to the end game much quicker than someone who isn't. It's not to say that this strategy doesn't work and this strategy doesn't work. They all work. Just pick one. Remember, you only have to be the master of one thing. You don't have to be the master of everything. There's a lot to learn. And what you want to do is you want to start earning quickly when you're learning. You see, we can be learning and learning and learning and learning and learning, but we're never really earning. We want to be able to get learning and earning as quickly as we can to capitalize on the outgoing resources. So can we get rich quick? I'm going to suggest to you that some people get there quicker than others, but those people are very, very focused.